Hello folks, my name's John Oakes, and today I am going to go over with you this newest addition to our inventory here at Hankster's Hot Rods, located in Homer City, Pennsylvania. Today I've got this very nice 1969 Chevrolet Camaro here to show you. This one here, I'm not exactly sure the exact color that this is. We're going to go ahead and go with a burgundy exterior on our 69 Camaro. Now you're going to notice as we walk around and as I kind of point out to you, it does have the Z28 badging on the fenders. It also has the 302 badging up here on the cowl hood, but it is not a Z28. It's not the 302 motor. We'll go over that here after a bit here as far as what is underneath the hood. But they have it badged as such. We're going to call it Z28 styled because that's basically what it is. So again, burgundy exterior with the white stripes up over the hood and the rear deck lid. As you can see, as far as a stance goes for our car here today, we've got a set of 5-spoke Ridler wheels. These are 17-inch wheels on the front, 18-inch wheels down here on the back. As far as the rubber goes on this car, we've got 235/45 17s up front, and then on the back, or wait, did I say 235/45 up front, 17s, and then 245/45 18s on the back, just to give it the stance that you see here. A little bit of rake in it, a nice bigger wheel, gives it a real nice look, and those are those polished wheels, so they're going to really stand out for you. It's also going to have, as far as like our bright work, all of the wheel lip moldings, as you can see here on the front and back wheel openings. You're going to see the Camaro script emblems here on the front fenders as well. As we walk back the side of the car, I'm going to look at the sides. I'm going to tell you the sides, all the metal down the side of the car is nice and straight the whole way down from front to back. As you can see, your gaps here on your doors to your quarters and your door to your front fender, all very uniform. Again, the elevations are very nice on this car too. Everything matches right up. All of your body lines and so forth all look good on this car. Mirrors, it's got dual mirrors on it. They're non-adjustable, but they're really nice condition. The chrome on them is really nice. The glass on the mirror itself is very nice. Of course, we got our bright work, our molding up around the like the rain gutter area here of the car. Rain gutters itself, as I feel up through here, very smooth on this car. Really nice condition there. As far as the glass here, we've got no chips or cracks on that glass in either the driver's side window or the rear quarter window there. And the door handles, the chrome finish on those is in very nice condition. Let's go ahead and open up our door. We'll check out the interior on this car, and this car is really nice inside here. You'll see it's got the front bucket seats with the headrest. It is the Houndstooth interior, which is a very classy look, I feel. As far as the dash goes, you can see the condition of the dash is in good shape. Only has factory gauges in it. It does have the sport style Camaro wheel, and then it's got the full length automatic center console there for you with the horseshoe shifter there. You'll also notice, as far as the interior goes, it does have a nice set of retractable seat belts for the front. Carpeting is all in great shape with no rips, tears, or fading. And as you can see, our door panels too, and we'll get a chance to look at the passenger side here in just a moment, but you can see the door panels are in really nice shape. The armrest pad itself, there's no cracks or no wear marks in that whatsoever. Also, all of our weather stripping and seals, the rubber bump stops, and the seals on your quarter window, as well as up around where your window fits up against. All of that is in really good shape on this car. There's no chunks torn out of it. All present and seals up very good. As we close the door, it shuts very nice and easy, nice and tight there. You can see the accents here on the car too in very good shape. I've already mentioned those wheel lip moldings there also. As we come around to the back of the car, we're going to notice we do have that rear trunk spoiler here. Again, it fits very nice. The trunk lid itself all the way around, your gaps and elevations are very good on that. Rear window, again, no chips or cracks there. And again, all your bright work, your molding around the window is in good condition as well. The actual tail of the car here now, you'll see the tail light assemblies are in good shape. No chips or cracks in any of that. You've got the Z28 badging back here on the tail panel of the car as well. Very nice chrome bumper here. It does have the little bumperettes also. And then you'll see down below that rear lower valance, we've got our dual exhaust sticking out down there. A nice set of slash cut chrome exhaust tips for that dual exhaust. Let's go ahead and open our trunk. That way we get to take a look inside of that. So we put the key in. You can hear that pop, so you know that the latch works with the key. As we raise the trunk up, we see that the trunk spring holds it up on its own as it should. The underside of the trunk panel here is done in that same burgundy style paint here. We do retain the jack and spare tire instructions as well. You've got your little rubber snubbers back here. All of your weather stripping and seals around the trunk are all in good shape. Everything meets together right here in the center. And again, your rain gutters here, all nice and solid the whole way around on this car. Now inside the trunk floor good and solid also. You can see all of your stamping lines. It does have all of your drain plugs in there as well. And then you can see it's done with the black and the aqua trunk spatter paint there also. We'll close this up. And then we'll continue around to the passenger side. Again, as I stand back here and I look down the side of the car all the way to the front, the side of the car over here on the passenger side, nice and straight all the way down. We'll walk up here now. We'll take a look at all those same things that we just went over. So again, we've got our bright work, our moldings here around that rain gutter. As I feel through the rain gutter on this side, feels nice and smooth over here on this side too. Again, the glass on the passenger side, both the door and the quarter window are in good shape. No cracks or chips in any of that. The mirror, again, same thing as the other side. The chrome finish on it, very nice. The glass on the mirror, nice. And again, your chrome finish on the door handles in very good shape. As we see our gaps on this side, again, very uniform front to back, nice tight gaps. Elevations are good. Body lines all match up there when you're coming from the fender back onto the door here. Let's go ahead and open up this side now. And again, just to give you the view from both sides of the interior, the upholstery in this car is really nice shape. Again, there's no rips or tears in any of it. Just, it looks great. One thing I did fail to mention, it does retain a radio in it. It is an AM/FM radio. So that is up there for you to see. Like I said though, everything else looks very good. Same thing here, all of your seals up around the windows, your quarter window seal, and then of course all of your weather stripping down the door, rubber bump stops, all present, all intact, seals up very good. We'll close that. Again, that side shuts very nice and easy. Again, we've got the matching Camaro script emblem here. We've got the hood or the fender mounted antenna here. And then we also have the matching Z28 emblems up here on those front fenders. As we walk around the front, nothing too special up here, just your typical Camaro, 69 Camaro front grille work here and headlights. The grille itself is in great shape. There's nothing broke there, all intact. Nice chrome front bumper there. And as we look down below, you'll notice it does have that black front air dam or chin strap on it. Looks very nice. Header panel also has the Camaro script emblem here. You can look at our gaps here on our 2-inch steel cowl induction hood, and it looks all great. All that striping all looks good as well. Windshield, no chips or cracks in that, in good condition. All of your trim work, bright work around the windows in great shape. And again, your wipers are here, a nice set of wiper blades on that as well. Let's go up here now. I'm going to go ahead and pop the hood for us. That way we can take a look at the what we have in here for the engine. And we'll also give you a little bit about the entire drive line on the car. So the first thing as we open the hood up, we want to take a look at our insulation here. That's all mounted up here, nothing hanging down here, all intact. It is a functional cowl induction hood, so you do have the provision for your air cleaner to kind of stick up through there and pull the air from the back side of the hood. Underneath here, this is a 350 cubic inch motor. I know that they have it badged as a 302. That's just the look they were going, including these finned aluminum valve pan covers here. That was kind of something that the 302s had on them also. It does have an Edelbrock aluminum intake on it, and I believe it's got a Holley carburetor on it as well, 4-barrel carburetor. So again, Holleys are good. You do have to have them adjusted right, but again, they're a good running carburetor when they're adjusted all correct. This one all runs great. We do have the HEI distributor in the back there. That's going to help deliver that spark there through those wires to the plugs. We do have the long tube headers with a full dual exhaust, and if memory serves me right, it's got a set of Xlerator turbo mufflers on it to kind of help dampen that sound a little bit back there from the exhaust, but yet let it breathe enough to where it has good performance. It is a power brake car. It's disc brakes up front, drums out on the rear, power steering car as well. So it's going to steer and stop very, very nicely. And again, your 350 GM small blocks, you can do lots of things on these cars and do it fairly cheap and have a good performance motor here. So again, everything works and runs good on this car. Now behind that motor, we do have the Turbo 350 automatic transmission. And you saw the center console in there with the horseshoe shifter in there. And then it does have a 10-bolt GM rear end, and it's got a 276 gear ratio in that rear end there. So again, it's going to be a nice cruiser car, a good looking car for you, badged up as a Z28 with a 302, but again, not a Z, not a 302, but it's still going to give you that look, and people's going to think that that's what it is. With that said, that's pretty much all for our walk around here of the outside of the car. But keep in mind a couple of things. Wherever you're watching the video from, if it's on YouTube or some other site that we advertise on, always remember you can go directly to our website at www.hanksters.com. We keep upwards of about 100 photos of each and every one of our cars on there for you to view and check everything out there. It's also going to have the full description of the car. The retail price on this car, it's going to include two things. One is going to be enclosed shipping to anywhere within the 48 contiguous states within the United States of America. That's something that we do on just about every one of our cars, but you do want to check them out. It will tell you right in the heading there if that is included. This one it is. We also have included in that price our Hanksters 3-month, 3,000-mile powertrain warranty. So you buy this car, if anything comes up that you need to give us a call on, some kind of issue, you can definitely do that. That's what we're here for. Other things are, if there's accessories that you don't maybe see on this car that you would like to have added, things like air conditioning, if you wanted to maybe add things, something like a fuel injection kit to this car, you know, just all kinds of different things. We do have that capability and will install many things. Whatever it is that you're looking for, go ahead and give us a phone call, shoot us an email, send us a text. Let us know what it is. We'll be glad to get you a quote on that particular item with labor and parts and get back to you as soon as possible and let you know if that is something we can do. With that said, we're all done here. We'll close this up, get it on our lift, and then we're going to show you the complete underside and then start this car up for you. Hey folks, here we are underneath our 1969 Chevrolet Camaro. So as we do with all of our cars, We're going to go ahead through the complete underside of this one. We're going to show you what we have from the underside as far as your powertrain, your drive line, as far as all the running gear, your suspension, steering, braking components, all of that stuff. And of course, as we always do, we're going to go ahead and address the frame, the floors, and all that stuff there for you as well. So starting here at the front of our 69 Camaro, we're going to obviously notice that it does have that front chin spoiler or the front air dam. Again, it is all intact, no cracks whatsoever. Looks really good from underneath here. Working our way back just a little bit, I look up above, I see that we have pretty much just a stock or an OE style radiator in there for cooling the car. We get back to our front cross member right here where all the suspension is attached to. Front cross member looks pretty good, nice and straight underneath here. And then our suspension arms. Now these are going to be all stock OEM style A-arms. So these are your stamped steel components, uppers and lower control arms. Ball joints and all of this has all been checked. All of your bushings and so forth, your mounting hardware, that's all been checked out too here in our shop here to make sure everything is good roadworthy here. As far as the steering goes, this is a power steering car. Tie rods are nice and straight. Tie rod ends, again, have all been checked out. And you can tell that ball joints, tie rod ends, all that kind of thing, everything's been all greased and maintained and kept up and all good to go on the car. Out at the very ends, of course, our brakes. This is a power brake car. It is disc brakes up front. Now, again, the disc brakes that this car has, just kind of typical GM style components that you can obviously go out and just get the brake pads and all that kind of thing for maintenance, you know, at just about any auto parts store you would go to. And then, of course, we'll talk about the wheels and tires here real quick. As far as the wheels go, we've got 17-inch wheels on the front, 18s on the back. They are the Ridler 5-spoke style wheel. And as far as tires go, up front, we've got 235, 45, 17s. And on the back, we've got 245, 45, 18s on the back, since we're 17-inch on the wheel up front and 18s on the back. So that's your wheels and tires, and that's everything steering, braking, and everything out to the very corners here. The rest of the suspension, all your shocks and your springs all look to be in good condition. The mounting hardware, bushings, and so forth at the end of your shocks all look good. It does also have the front sway bar on the car, so that's going to help the car in handling, just tying the corners together and making that car nice and stiff. We work our way back a little bit right underneath the car here. Now we'll talk about the drive line. So starting off with the motor, this is not the numbers match motor, but it is a 350 cubic inch small block Chevrolet engine. Now our oil pan here, all painted up real nice here, but I'm looking at the seal and so forth on the motor to make sure that there's no leaks. So I don't see any leaks or drips around the seals. I don't see any leaks or drips from the drain bolt also. So all of that's in good condition. Back right behind the motor here, now we've got the transmission. This is a turbo 350 automatic transmission. You can see here it does have the plastic flywheel cover on it. That's going to help keep any dirt and debris out of that flywheel, possibly keep it from chipping a tooth off. So that should not happen. Back behind here, we do have the transmission cross member, and your mount is right on top of that. The transmission mount, good and solid. If I look up here at our output shaft seal, where our slip yoke fits into, that is nice and dry also on this transmission. Of course, the transmission pan itself is nice and dry. The other thing we see as we look up here is the exhaust system. Now we do have a set of long tube headers here to help that engine breathe a little bit. It does have a full dual exhaust, as you can see there. Everything's welded up as far as back at the mufflers. And those are a set of Xlerator turbo mufflers. Now again, the turbo mufflers aren't necessarily the loudest exhaust. They keep it quieted down a little bit, yet letting a little bit of that, you know, that deeper tone out. And of course it has the The tailpipes go up over top of the rear end, and then they exit out the back of the car. We'll see those a little bit later here. They do have a set of nice chrome slash cut exhaust tips back there for that. As we look up here at the frame, or the subframe I should say, and the floor. Subframe is all nice and straight here. Your body mount bolts, bushings, all of that seem to be in good condition on this car. The floors look like they've had maybe a couple of repairs on them, but they have been repaired. Everything's been all seam sealed and everything's all nice and solid underneath here. As far as the pinch welds, you can see those are nice and straight on the car here for the most part, and then your rockers are good and solid on the car as well. Moving back in towards the center, we have our drive shaft here, and this is a weighted balanced drive shaft. That's because with a balanced drive shaft, that's going to help eliminate any kind of those drive line vibrations that you might have. That should take care of all of that. Other things that we notice here, brake lines, fuel lines run right up along those pinch welds there. Those are all run nice and neat around the floor here. And then of course we've got all of your cables, all the correct, like the J-hooks, everything for your emergency brake. It is all plumbed here and all intact, all functional for the rear brakes here. Speaking of rear brakes, we do have drum brakes on the back end of this car. As I already mentioned, 18-inch wheels with a little bit slightly bigger tire back here. The rear end itself, this is a GM 10-bolt rear end. It is a 276 gear ratio in here, and it's the 8.2-inch ring gear. As far as the rear suspension, you do have the, it's not a monoleaf rear, it is a multi-leaf with the traction bars there to get you a little better traction whenever you do decide to put some of that power down. And then of course your shocks, those are all in good shape as far as all the mounting hardware, the bushings and so forth there. As we come back a little bit further here, our fuel tank underneath here looks to be in good shape, no dents or dings. Your mounting hardware, your straps and so forth, those are all intact and in good condition. And as I mentioned before, you've got the tailpipes here from the mufflers that come back. They are a chrome tip, that is a slash cut tip also. And that's really it. I mean, the rear end's nice and dry underneath here. Everywhere along the brake lines and so forth, all nice and dry. So that's it for the underside of our 69 Camaro. We're going to go ahead now, lower this. We'll open that hood. We're going to go ahead and fire that motor up. That way you'll get to hear exactly what that small block 350 Chevy sounds like, along with this dual exhaust with the long tube headers and those Xlerator turbo mufflers.